Uncle, good morning.
Morning. Yes, I
the third time.
I feel that then I guess I crash as you. So issues are pertaining to music industry, no?
Yeah.
Tina because yana and some people why yana me can share that nyamide because mebuna eba no ana wo mu kra mdo mo huranyum no you will be how watonyum over 20-30 years ni but adwuma na nkasa no maybe wo adwuma ni mu na se so hunu no we hunu nti waya for over the years nti onya the same resource nti yana me yana to some share me experience and me sumi konya no abrochi ne wan de mesua de makan de mehu no yana hono hia me nti na yana me pese me call radios because enya na mba be kan dia na me ho mfa so ankasa ne say ya be kan me masemo ade a yana nsheda nya me de bebre
go beyond
go beyond
yes.
Nti send they say be about music production, what music production really entails. And no maybe depend they say di kan ye to depend they say we ye kura ansa na work studio any one no. Ya na normal ye copyright issues, normal high any ade no. Ya na ehon no ehia me pa.
Yeah, me kai me ne ye artist Marco Edin Komo just 2 days ago. They oh Hammer, yeah, but you know Charlie wanna bet my oh Uncle, you may want macho. Oh, Hammer, made us have me to you. Oh, the other someone of somewhere. You know, he's not even bothered. Say, only me human and so. As I fan of home. And Nina Ejna, a year or my moon, some of the Biamana may concern. Say, you show appreciation to the old age, the old act.
That's right.
And grabbing almost in spank of Fubi Momo Mesa almost catching. 80 Founders Day, Ayanra, me who say Jedubli Ambuli, any Pulso Hayes, a performing one. I was so happy.
That's right.
Say occasions like this.
That's right.
I mean, it's a government here, Bibiana. Let's call them.
That's right.
You must say, a woman on bay and you appreciate it.
That's right.
Now, one penny for Munina over 60 years more. That's right.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. And no natural. The sense of direction and the kind of mindset we have about the entire music and entertainment industry, because you boss is here, Morris White, you know, boy, Papa we Earth, Wind and Fire. On the group called Earth, Wind and Fire, one of the most successful bands in the world.
Right.
Jay-Z, ne MC Hammer, ne sa Kanye West, no one. You'll be amazed how they listen to this man every single day.
Morris White.
Men are make catch it all. In fact, most of the there's a guy called David Foster who will last your last 2 years. David Foster is one of the greatest American songwriters of all time. Celine Dion, Chaka Khan, I swear all those songs. Papa in the producer training now. I say it was Mr. Morris White. And the trend, the rudiments of music, music production, how to write great songs near the day. And no more papa we why inspire woman. Now in America for so maybe American government crowd afibia ibi omudi Kennedy no. Omuya the something from peniful way no and a bomb mambaso. The state itself take it upon their normal bomb mambaso. And sometimes they use even the younger ones to come and perform their songs. So if you use Asha and even to the current generation, to inspire the next coming generation, and then I inspire Asha and now to Beyonce no and to Omoa idea state in Ankasa state in the two also, and then there are corporate entities the two also those kind of events and nobody inspire children. No now when you come say me and template ben template ben pan and and everybody's complaining about Ghana music now. First and foremost, they complain music, lyrics in it, production in it, sound quality, in the same old direction. And now you and intimate your music I hear it every now and then. Almost every radio station discusses this things every now and then.
Meanwhile,
in the meantime, go ahead.
Ebutela is performing in America.
He's performing he's
3
performing
days ago or performing on New York.
Ambule is also on tour.
Yes.
And tell me Father's Day with me by. And most of these American groups in Pennsylvania, they are touring. Me say a big book cruising. Last time I check here now. Gladys Knight what's the name of this lady? Performer. They are all performing. And they have the venues, small places, bigger ones, larger ones, one, almost cruising, almost Koto, Europe, no one. Check them out, Cool and the Gang. They are all touring.
I don't quite watch them.
Go, Anga, na wouldn't be Kurakobo. Abana ye and corporate entities no, and Abana soon ye policy be a bebo corporate entities no. About what me invest in the music industry and the entertainment industry. There are no policies, no clear sense of direction. No mukum adikam for no my dear children. If you don't know where you're going, you wouldn't maybe I shall say free. Doing baby a woko. Enti yatunkolana jejemu.
Because me kai say na me kai say even your dress code.
That's right.
Made a shit. Also, my name Mr. Democrat because Democrat come like Jackson. Say hey, those are just. But me share Morris White. Now we say Debbie. Let that top in this curls in Morris White. Oh, now because no was movements. The state the presentation or two yomuna. To say you boy stand by me. Oh, some me ame too. Now, me perform me to say particular track away. Now, send you see laid back. And what hear the way of singing, construction of the songs. What hear so structure, you know, when the night has come, or you can learn so much. And the America for young ones, na muhu almost rappers no one almost worship. Look, anytime you see the American young guys, musicians, you know, when they see all these people, they bow. They bow. Now you tell me any Ghanaian young musician be obehuno amachi the day now obehuno kodwantwa now obehuno CK man obehuno Papa Yansen na ambule obebao. Chef also. Your time pass. That every crisis of your time pass. Now Mercedes Tremwa and can Mercedes current one see anya dada no and no ma hweso aba be nsi say ya enka Mercedes better tiase VW Fave kede tiase obi playing over hundreds of years as I say, you know, and no ma hweso aba ene enti wo beka se nipa na ono di idea ni buy na ono modu ade na sia ade na se no ono ne mretwam. First of all, congratulations. Yeah, Soundway Records, right? Soundway Records, yeah. I reproduce my first album. My first album. Scratch My Back. That's right. In UK? UK. Nah, then. Meaning. Because I don't D. 41 years ago. 40 years ago. And you released, you know, 38 years ago. Internet almost almost released. I don't know. Meaning how. It's an arrangement in the same. They thought said they are looking for say it's not because abrofo no mindset no tell me dika say adwene no bibi achebi ntontwene and people are always cherishing nostalgia no cherish what transpired in the past because I know so no more every new you know. Let me tell you something. Ade ba kwa yema reho Ghana e kumi kra so we American cartoons nkola cartoons no Hammer, I'm daring anybody to watch American cartoons. Never music use music of the 40s, 60s, 70s, 80s, up to today. American cartoons. Enti sanyum da dani nyina omonyum na ntwam. Enti akwala ya won ne. I want America na Germany, Holland, Belgium will come and know Morris White, will come and know Kool and the Gang, will come and know Dolly Parton, will know Chaka Khan, will know all of them because the cartoon are over now. And they will use people like Usher and one to come and sing it again. If they sometimes come use the original version, which blows my mind. Now you tell me it's a Ghana documentary be na Ghana for and a movie Ghana movie be any year. I akofa Ebotela nyom, and I afa CK man, and I afa Dr. KJ nyom, and I afa Kwabo na kona do. Right no. Would the fact that guys is can be granted. But just to say the papa penny for no penny for shas no. You bet me I na nchirema so nya template bi dia hweso. Look at what Boga Live did. Boga Live gave birth to Lumba, the net champion, Nana Tufo, or Hiniba Kisi, Dada Kedi, Tommy Redu. The list goes on past solo. The list I can't count. Until when almost is also templates. That was when the whole thing came to a halt. And it cuts me through. And
moving. Sorry, you know now Kano. And they thought that they were looking something from Ghana with a Ghanaian artist, and then they realized they found Shake It. I don't know how, but they got so interested and they got in touch with me. Unfortunately, my producer and I in a production for since 1991 and we don't know where he is. Until I had to grant them the licenses to reissue the album,
the whole album,
the entire album. But almost releases singles by single. To my scratch my back. I feel on Babe shake your body to the beat. No, my I think life is like being in the boxing ring.
Okay.
Sana almost release the entire album by ending of September. Amazingly, and they are also going to do a compilation with Fremi. They've picked also Fremi. Guess what? Fremi was done in 1984 and released in early 85. And so the companies out there are looking for some old productions. But yeah,
because we share a Butela performance now. You could run in some Kunyanko transfer cross. So what? The Butela is 86.
Yes.
Now. And just say the woman G more receive, but Ghana me who say Butela inviting the baby for you.
Now when you madena on my no show na Butela bono. I feel na almost get guitar players and no one call an transi. Then they will rethink through how or baby or placing the chord works, how a sound will produce in 1 minute, and they do research over it and they'll pick it up and use it in their music. Now you tell me any young guy or no cover Dr. K. Yesinyum and the way and K. Yesibon guitar and Jakoni Mubon guitar. Say me inculcate that into my music. And your tradition, your culture, no, go and yekum and go and yeguni, and it's over. This is a lot of what me bokwa no. Any amponsanti said the Jakoni money and bono no. We are done.
Ebusiafo said the unimno HammerTime yene mpanyfo tenase atwetwe nkomo. A few days ago me release a list bi na me release no na obi busa say na me trust said the legendary list. Ana obi be busa ko say legendary list say you know so me no problem, go through the list. We go through the list ni we are nya butre sa hwe mu bio. Na kan say listen am dia to ho no nye omnya o you so okay I'm saying we because we listen am dia to ho na each of them or hit song or a hit movie.
That's right.
And they've been in the system for over 10 years.
That's
so
right.
On HammerTime no my and say now we so watch it. Prince Yossins.
That's right.
Okay, baby. Monday no free. Na nyame fa ne currency ye. Okay. Tuesday.
Tuesday. I know frame and you no bo mama ne no.
Na me need nkomo Friday, nkomo Saturday, Sunday. So na akofa. Let's see do. Me need nkomo so chale HammerTime also. Oh hama let's see radio got kasa free mama kasa wi just say me cannot their farms eh nya botre madam e de mama 5 minutes na dwe ho hama na media kra kasa wi kra na yatum na yedu esi na say
that's right
yes say udin
that's right
unya chance kra ngo clear ho
that's right
I'm so akofa bisro o de hwe listen am aye no oh hama me kan listen na why o de me say una say kra station we frame me also my interview so and so that me de nyeslim sympathy so adi na boy no to be kra qualified to be on HammerTime. That's right. To so reconsider your decision.
That's right.
Hey, so say na so one thing me friend watch it now watch it the albany unia ba say one media no crazy do abre till the mami to watch a friend na on kasa na oh one akofa friend oh hama maybe I akofa die me very for pa na akofa this you but o de predate ma bra oh no we lost Charles cross there na you pan am say any free Charles na ebusa Charles ma me say o de was some free Charles and I settle Monday me watch kasai adianchi na give me a free
me up
it didn't sound like there was a problem.
That's right. Yeah.
I
think at the chemo is
with his stories and so 37 for anya. So yes, I'm handle here according to call me modin ba call ne watch only pom na de call ye okay say fine de to her but I'm pay attention to at the point I'm so free so grab here phone. This is Hammer Time. Alright, but my man it me na I can say kasa yawa na so kasa etia obi na Kenya po because anase ensemfu ahi now Uncle Chance, your friend is saying me start Hammer Time, a lot of guys are approaching me to sign them on, to help them to produce, to help them sing. So many calls.
That's right.
Me who dey may because o hwe dey mrante bebre aye omo producers omo mabo omo mesia edin say obi ka say oh ma me nyintu say me manage you na o ye artist and also o ye abrante also word be an anshirante ase up and coming artist
no guy no approach me also be up and coming artist now in fact a pre me kakra na me say oh so where the matches so mo taka pa the right way to define artist be a washasi and I said be craft no ba record and until na me so me say me dwene ho na ma hwe the appropriate word
na no watch saying say I no obem dey up and coming
until me nim say be ho na odi kan shasi dada
okay
no di kan shasi dada anaso say afekwa no be ko studio akwa record no nyum kra na until me hunu be dia omo kan sa up and coming no na me
na wo hwa say chese
I don't know until kan na me kan say me dwene ho
say esoro
madwene ho na
upcoming artist. Well, sorry about artist, up and coming artist.
And I say what you can record be but be a fena nyumuna efifa na.
Maybe I demo. It's you know per your experience. Say artist approach you now or this has me to anymore. As an experienced producer, writer, singer, performer. Still been also take advice when we here. I don't know me catch your Meribiana and no soon to me jar radio so because and no na say and no idea ya try radio so I will speak about your fame when I me call her and me call that and me born you when as I show we ni pass in the buy anyone but issues are the understanding of the business of the music industry nankasan yen discuss it. Why I don't know, but me se minya kwanya ntina me pese be radio so be kan na ye koto ha ne kobo we ne koje award we ni hwan wa hase na sa approach na me dey catch say that's where the question I demand na me san sa to am say and no ntina say ye programs be to educate young ones now and I want that sometimes they think they are stars already but truthfully you competitive 40 years as I know say baby trust me when say na unko baby a that bet down on you we do nyombe to Beyonce ho ana Jay-Z ho ana Nelly ho when I be say na what waste your time and you thought you're on cloud 9 but say na unko baby because make no mistake American for serious production omo ye no and none me catch us and in yomo no our feature yes a serious production what your sound quality production no and a rap look on rap no what every word the process of production from near and these are things we should begin to talk and they complain so I didn't know artists and be and then Bernard Boy and Davido no one and they keep complaining and yet when they come on radio they speak as if say they are on cloud 9 but I'm telling you say this is what some of you should take upon your shoulders to do programs you be timidly educated not there yes the Bible said the wide no the person who tie no unti the person from one from over and now executive producers no most of them chika no then we well informed so artists we are co-producing now same way by anti say yedman these were the mistakes I made and no and now as I say you begin to na you di hunkomo unti so what can then I'll talk about music production okay now coming in crab boy or her you call Google. Of a person beginning a particular activity or occupation, making good progress and likely to become successful, up and coming.
Fantastic.
The artist in Batwaswa.
Fantastic.
That's I know dear. Come to grab it out here.
Fantastic. To me, a guy no can run me as a major home. I did also major home. I'm sure, but Kwame clarified the energy say and one on sanity. We should begin to talk about. So we approach me. These are things that I'll first and foremost talk about. Now, for a record label. Ana obia person ye executive producer didn't see share artist bi mo ana any artist bi also ono an produce no ono didn't see eye bibia okay memma na consider enormity. Now first of all my main kind of program is to say what I'm about to say no enye cutting stone enye say chinchina eno na
also obia faso yeah.
My experience with the record music industry players in Germany, in Holland, in Belgium, they've always also said that.
Okay.
But Uber who say, and no maybe what they are, in fact, a boapa, because someone has a personal experience, even till today, it takes you more than 50% or 60% of the journey. Into where then I know they won't mean shut down a day and dodge it. But they are kind of the Uber teaming at the defend crack. And I'm my experiences are it's not a definite a year of music production. Obia bit I find a quite but in so many no many people players over the years one experiencing the same thing. Now nti be person no dey what for editor no yanka say Amoah say some of them won't join and I cover catch them
okay university still no
now every now and then message is be let's assume says an artist no cry no record company no assign already and as an artist na be the things are also considered first and foremost who owns the master tapes of the master production.
Okay.
So what can you ya recording you na studio no why na master tape na ye dey kocha power no say a vinyl say a cassette say a CD and now say you didn't no go digital platforms no who owns the masters and you issue the first and foremost thing you should ask yourself enti so we artists na woni mu a now ko catch up baby some fun sika show mu or the record company don't forget they own the masters. That is why Kanye West go through problems. You see, he wanted to own back his tapes, but Obwa record company is not far.
So, record company and executive producer, what's the difference now?
The difference is that an executive producer can be a single person.
Okay.
But a record label is made up of a team, like a group of people with their sales, marketing, production, and then they have their various departments and so on. A record executive can only be also one person, have his own office and probably employ all these people.
Financing them.
Okay. So, but then, and here let me also explain. My experience in Germany, I found out, say, even most of the executive producers now, Jumama record companies, and now, and most of them were also musicians. And say or catch a producer and say producer and co-producer artist be man by the time all the tapes in the finished product in the banner or no one can send him the loopholes on him how and no call and now let's take for example if Ronaldo eventually go retirement now or form team now Ronaldo kofa coacher now coaching because the players win them here. Don't you think so Ronaldo will have a fair idea anytime the coach goes?
Yeah, because
he himself, even though he's not the financier of the team, but because we're a football player, then or a fair idea.
Yeah.
And some of the executive producers, that was from major record companies, they themselves were musicians or the songwriters, or they play even an instrument. And if you sing a wrong note, they might be able to tell you. So that's where it is. And as an artist, first of all, why they only master tapes, because 30, 40 years, 50 years down the line, it will come and bite you. Obi baba kaso be ju nyum we say ebia MTN be ba na record label bi be ba say we be so ye pese ju nyum we koye movie
okay
o say ene be pese be kofa nyum da bi ahon be nipa na be ka yes me na me musika share nyum nam so I'm the owner of the recorded work.
Okay.
Ahon na dey and somebody be ba no and first and foremost find yourself who owns the master tapes, and it's a record label in the only master tape be own tapes in the executive producer be own there, then make sure say things are done properly legally, what's on the right legal documents with them. And so once now produce you then you don't have to worry.
But how can you own it if a record company produces your album?
Then you can't own it because some of the music then they own the masters. Until when I say where they what tears here. Only ana confusion ni ban was I na me call we so we be Benjamin no me call nipa no me call say was on fan nyum ne mame. Now a typical example in last year a label in France wanted AB Cranes to be we say album.
Yeah.
Finally they went to Bordeaux to find out say nyum ne nya AB dia the production is not as with AB's consent. Finally, Bodo told them I did the production, I co-wrote the music and everything. When they got to me, I'm kind of say for Richie, the executive producer. So finally, Richie was the one that has to get the contract. So they have to sign the contract with Richie with many AB Crenshaw permission. So we also have to sign.
Okay.
That's what it. Until we're releasing last month, has been released. Until Sankomo release no man Richie would have could sue them, and I would also could have sued them as well. So
in this case, no, after some years, say artists no be so used to sign na. That's but your core executive producer no. Artists still be the who be ana.
Already the who be still. And now to say unless be when you see the original master tapes na mo record Now you want to be a face up re-record the song.
Okay.
So we recording new media. Now the new masters ni original tapes the executive producer na record label no mo first na media. But then you are re-recording the song again.
So when you re-record, now if you want the
often what the
no to re-record no will be permission.
Then the will be permission. Say you now train your money there, then you might need the permission from the songwriters.
Okay.
Then you need permission from the songwriters. Now, these are things that we should really make just say, look, let me tell you, and I'm telling you, my research in the Ghana music industry, from Kumasi, from band to Accra to Germany, back these are issues that a good most Ghanaian bands. Forget about the 1970 now coup d'etat bands good because of these particular issues. Till today, it's crashed us. Till today, semi training nasa wo hama oba me ho a me mo me nyum nkyerɛw. The reason why I say semi bo kyerɛw a me guess what we are menyum. But e bia me bo kyerɛw na also di unyansa ne unim de kakra be da be kan ho a be shema ka be pagya nyum no. Nti bia nkanyo ye be ka se bia wo shares ni me shares ni. Aboche no ho. That's why they have something we call the split sheets.
Yeah.
Nti ho wo de ni me de ni. Na yeah, register. About register. Me and I register to how you get an email.
Yeah.
And then when you letter a free will or collection society was so I recognize who saying we wouldn't need a tray. But and I'm just saying as I speak to you now, we do as I speak to you, corporate office. My name is not there, so be in a tray, because AB never registered the song as a co-composer. Okay. Until now, I have to take it upon my shoulders to go to Ghana Copyright Office and register it.
Now, do people even go there to do that?
I know programming as the educational aspect of it, and no radio station wants to take this upon their shoulders. But one person you invite to Nababekasa, and for me. That's not part of my day. Now back to the Yamra ground hobia. And the only idea I say artists no consider. Now consider a new we are. Then a friend and near but now ask yourself say by the first statement now make it say who here be the beera and now so a tomb na tomb. And that's all person fun as a profession. Maybe see music a bosom. Wouldn't say untimin someone and go fathom.
Okay.
Music, are you calling? It is our for me is like the third cardinal sacrament. We are really priest with free. For me, music is one of the yes. And also busa who say me person me any biara and I say me ye. But so when you catch who say oh fun as a profession. To say any medical doctor Becca said now I want to do
medicine.
And no, I don't know a man guideline. I don't know if I do copy be as a then you should begin to consider these things. Say, and you may maybe a better that be a company be be first of the Koye movie, which we call the synchronization royalty. Make me did home. Be first of the Koye we artist be first of Koye cover version. betime didi ho obi ba be fa say or the documentary bi betime didi ho obi ba fa say the koye advert jingle bi betime didi ho enti wonya sante ase wo nyina wie a na afi no hu say because we should Bob Marley now cover versions and crop why anyone sign me boy stand by me. It's a song which was written by I think was it Sam Cooke or whoever it was in the 1960s. So and Morris White recorded and there are so many versions. And I say we nya sound no more we no and no so na be ma wani ide wani abre. Na wonya bo trimu po na wonya hu nsa say idea make me did 75 years of my lifetime. Me want them to so another 75 years of my life. That's the copyright, 150 years. So when you go to Mupona, say home for one there, and then remember and then more then I feel now then what I call consistency, discipline, and focus. If you cannot be consistent, then forget it. If you cannot be disciplined, forget it. You cannot be focused, forget it, because there will be waves. But then you have to learn to save. Problems be back, troubles be back here, left here and there. But then once when you're about trimu I want to be consistent. Now for me, person you discipline, you focus on. That's the only way I feel with me. A trimu pona wa bonus why Now one of the then issues I feel also tackle the copyright issues. Say no one a tray. Why obi tray be calm home and I say adwuna we amenye de me nipa so se be kan ho a enwom betuma tumpon say na memma no say na memfa ma no and nin nyina say uhunu the very first form you say uhunu copyright issues na uhunu we a na wa hwe say Ghana ha sisi asamene kwame mensa kwotwe nyuma na me kofa nipa so mesi nyumu a what are the copyright issues Gamro for ewo hihye bi da o template bi da o say before we ma say no say bituama say no say bituama no o ma hihye say sika ne be ko direct me nya ni nipa ne nya ntokwa na say masutwi mi ma because hama sa issue we me say a good bands be brave and songwriters be brave. Now don't forget that the music industry evolves on songwriting. That's where it starts from. And if you don't get understanding to songwriting and who gets what and who does what, now for about production no. Who does what and who gets what? Forget it, because that issue we back here too.
Se kacheni muno.
Na honso na be hu say so hwe Ghana yen sihye no a copyright office any gamro ne wan no ye ni san hye papa no ho.
Na ho na hwa me ani.
Adi any de ma to mamo. Enti eno no so nti no eno no say wo so hwe outside the box. Nti for example, I will advise you say if that is the case there, any register with ASCAP of America or BMI of America, CISAC, and I say be a French for company, no, and now even with German Gamer, which I'm also a member of, because I want to require a new BI is a register, a new BI register. Now let me give you a typical example of simply the best. I co-wrote the song with music with Zap.
Okay.
Until the moment, and I'm trying lyrics, no. Now we try 100%, THA 50-50.
Okay.
And in this case, for music, 50%, many are best split. And when I was registering the song with DistroKid, right away now I split it in my coso. Zap anyway. Now I'm sending an email, and I'm sending the email. So what I say, and it says Kebiaba right away. No margin in the bank account or on the bank account of no dia two mama. Gamro and all these, they don't have that. But the gamer baying. For example, I wrote a song for Sir Roberto. I like the way you do it. The genitive, what time I made scratch my back.
Right.
Now, sometimes me me come a porter and so almost sending me Switzerland for I send a message now come a game for Germany. So Obiabo, I like the way you do it. Our club we or perform no man calculate. Say simple say teku no me come me message gamer.
Okay.
Then the gamer so they to me my account time of omuche yiniba royalties ni ba say quarterly 6 months whatever it is it wasn't here you transfer to account him. So then say when you want say obusani e chiro say no many nyina. So then I will advise you then register, be a member of gamer, be a member of all this, be until you're born worldwide the whole world on the collective amount, because also they are only ASCAP for America, any Sabam or Belgium, nyina are affiliated.
Now so register with those companies Ghana into Masa microphone. How do you get money from rights?
And now you can deal with Gamro or find your way of dealing with it. Okay. But then the bigger part of your money is gone. Because you're streaming in America, you're streaming streaming. Those are the companies that picks all that. You're live performance with Britain, London, even I keep saying Osibisa became Osibisa because, for example, in Britain, it's a live shows. You free be performance royalties.
Okay.
Agent no, you buy more and you more they will perform the whole night. Even say you want more, there's an additional money paid to you. Even though promoter not to your car.
Performing rights.
Performing rights.
Okay.
And the ones can be free. And something else now collection societies, any agencies are I saw do day.
Where you come on?
I would do home about
now registration is it that difficult?
Oh, they're difficult.
Didn't amount for you.
I'm synchrophonium. I realize I think synchrophonium. Because for example, to be a member of Gamer, you have to pay 150 euros. 150 euros to be a member of Gamer. Membership, even membership when I'm beginning a year, but the yearly 50 euros a year.
Renewal.
As renewal. So, but I'm saying I'm aware of that. I'm fan is we also winning, but maybe we wouldn't hear so. But what I'm saying is these are things here is and then it comes to publishing.
Okay.
They are the bedrock of the music industry. Publishers, for example, and say synchronization contract abroad, to say MTN, Vodafone, they shop around to get you contracts, rights. Maybe you do your billboards, you do your documentaries, and no more collecting. Almost any SNG free collection society they make sure say administrative purpose administrative wise scanning in a BBI day SCM. Yes, I'm say publishing, but these are the advantage of having a publisher. These advantages you should have a publishing ID. And these are things that first and foremost and no mind it's a day now say what are mechanical royalties? Mechanical royalties I don't be a composers you when I'm music, I make sure and words, and I'm training that's the mechanical royalty. Right. Performing rights in the catches about live performances and I say what say. And what here we are never you free be work for hire. Work for hire. A big issue in Ghana.
Work for hire,
no. And no man for British say George Forrest. From studies omudumudi etutu and yomuso.
Sick tune.
That's where the problem started from because say Hammer kono no aye nyuma ma. But onwa translate uba ye no wo so watwere nyum. Anyum to say I was that's nothing. Bassline was him for was mini bassline. Drums nin say mini keyboard no piano no say mini guitar no say mini. And then he sits down and create all that. So actually he's writing the music.
Okay.
No, we are the worst now by the ashes. People quote to make just a worst and for way in account. But it's kind of chairman a studio cost. And your creative cost. Then no more trans no more say any actually if you could show now both big shows now with Usika now JJ awards. And no why you might goodness any idea be crowd money din radio so money din.
Yes,
okay, any idea for people to know say me na me say you we say no ntino. Say me to me just came for there. And next time be me din by day. So that's when they started creating almost at this somebody side. Because go be and who is be on time because artists in the so radio so they won't give you credit. They won't tell the story.
Zap credit when you behind it.
Zap chose not to do it because Zap in himself is the wrong thing to do also.
Yeah, because foreign songs, I don't hear those things.
Exactly so. And it's because the NTSC industry, the more when it's all done.
Wait, how much my could see me so? Per the Kena Osha songs are echo international. I couldn't minty and now I'm mobile.
What is that name? Babyface, I hear Bobby Brown. Now don't be cruel. Let's start the babyface. And now Quincy Jones here, Mark just off the wall.
Wait, then So onyum call for nomination they may question that or
say Ghana nyumana
France they always say nyumai now for say Ghana nyumbe 4-5 biako then nyina appeal to na ye then you start to be appeal to in the mix any effect on the song
they you see they understand the issues and to omunim say Ghana have issues wa ha no and they be ho no mbubu omani aguso and then look at the credit of the song, how good the song is, and probably give you the award. But woman say a BB or
professional,
and you're professional.
So it will affect or say nomination. You
well, I don't dwell on the nomination, but what I want to say is you're professional. First and foremost, you're professional.
So my question is, say technical, your engineers or we were say you're young fancy. Chasamo anyumako na Hammer mix edaso ebi akọ Hammer mix wachako Hammer mix you hear quality of the song artists using the by tete sa anyuma ni nyina na so munyina mu rubbish show this me to amaka say akọ miss me fantasy
and then I can speak for the judges
okay
and I mean ntimi hu no mu trim
right
but me nim say woman no more advanced nti se bia ekobia say US for na Britain for na German for be na nominate ya ebia they might consider all that say they will can but me to me speaking for them but the minimum say bia ombetime hu say bia crow omo problems a omo weni nti bia ho no yemu ya ni nguso ana say bia yemfanya
so from the Ghana phone can yes
but the man kofa sa problem no e ba ye na ase na machre no these are things that I'm still talking to now the executive producer or the artist or who is already thinking, so you're a big star, we hear advice. I'm speaking to all of them. And then the so up and coming for so problems are all.
Sorry, sir. Who decided so man fan to swa? Didn't also
and nothing make us say a honor was say the actual which I call the trade of the business, not the tricks.
Okay.
Yeah, you see tricks in your music, you know, but the trade itself, no, will tell you say nipa na boy create music in Ibia, a man a discredit.
Okay.
A man of credit we say. Now you tum say or no such music in Ibi. Into no ahano say uploading your stream for streaming and I say a culture vinyl record near year or no be an idea to this can be 10 CDs. Would there be a 20 CDs? Sorry, be a
and we are on the split sheet, no.
On the split sheet, no.
So split sheet, you just there. Then I don't see why you should put your
exactly so
ID.
Exactly so. Then you shouldn't put your ID because my recognize because anytime you be born, you be an ubenya way. Udiwum.
Unya fans, no.
Oh yes.
Unya fans plus.
Me say obi training obi a songwriter mo obi cry. Abroche on person yantini din cry. Some catch us people don't know Rotemperton. But Rotemperton, I knew him way back in the 70s because I'm born in your boogie nights. Oh, got to keep on dancing. Then the groove from Heat Waves. And Quincy Jones was tracking that guy. When Quincy got Michael, he called him in London. That's the guy who wrote Give Me the Night for George Benson. He wrote Off the Wall, Thriller. All these great songs were written by Rotemperton. But nobody, and he was getting the millions. And Michael Jackson could perform near Tia record sales.
Maybe we could be
near Tia. You shoot a video, no, because he's a songwriter. And he makes the bucks. He makes the money. And to say, Michael could tell radio, so someone is a Rotemperton in the tray. But record, you know, but it's still very clear. Say the song was written by Rotemperton, and not by law. You also too much. Some of us me say, "Abroche me koto record, I'm koto record." Me heard some of the songwriters, you know, just by seeing the name of the songwriter, me say me should be free, and just by seeing a drummer or a bass player, I'll perform on you know metal record because me say me should be free now, and they give those credits. So, and these are issues that beginning crisis. So, it will register Martin and some women in our area. And then you ask yourself, say, a contract when the executive producer and a record label under what jurisdiction? Because if I may be Germany about Ghana, my best signing what? Let me contrast here, say contract, you know, under the jurisdiction of Germany. In your case, baby, your best case no Germany. Who a comment about first how be free how be day.
Back could defend you.
Back could defend you. Another hand lawyer with Germany now. it is a minimum say won't mean unya visa ma bet siu and I'm so say a house super how a lawyer with Germany I can do all kinds of things and tisabia agreements because of some me wana me to me man met my body jurisdiction I say hon when ye pa say court to beg and be interpreted at the amount so we problem.
Okay,
so these are first
Obi busa question be answer me Renfi also who is Oseko for Richie and where is he now?
Oh,
so what you mama for Taman fan.
On a net to for
okay,
that's the first executive producer.
Okay,
but me here first Eddie Cranston answer. So
it means that
he was executive producer. He owns the master tapes. He did Ohineba Kisi Lumba Nyumbe Brewa. He was executive producer. Ohineba Kisi Lumba Maxwell Kofi. Richie was the executive producer. In fact, has his years have been okay. Oh, Ghana is
okay.
But I shuttle back and forth. But has his year
because Nana Moabaha of Wulomi. The same issue about also the face of Wulomi. She was doing all the same.
That's right.
I feel chronicle pay right. Me also say, "Oh, my so they are facing this problem.
Exactly. Me say, and I'm telling you, I say what time? I that being your time. No, me catch off from Ghanaian bands. This particular issue with a good bands.
And then record ya
because also that time na Ghana the band leader no ono na oje credit ni nyina and it's a Chasamo and band you can record Chasamo and band ebia Mr. Ekebro be wokum Ejoma Brothers one executive producer Jimmy Otweska na mame it he might not even know say be cry enyomo no ebia atapoku bass player no and a tray enyomo no and I we be a drummer no kwa na tray enyomo no so enti afei sikane beba ne bewi me na agidin ne me yewan and the bass players ne me na ntwere nwum ne bio ma bio and we sisi me na ntwere ma bio enti afei bon se wonya subsequent hit songs ne bio na afei troubles aba
artist bi ba ha okay let me reserve the name Anna or a rap artist you know one of the top rap artists in Ghana about HammerTime Anna the latest album of the buy you know or strictly hip hop me why in the style I want to nada and I'm and say but also yeah a mistake this is how people know you this is the kind of now I don't know all of a sudden also switching to this don't you think you will lose some fans because say the penny do it also say the auto now to do baby fans because afuno tie bi wetima lusubi ana baby all corners no wetima maintain fans ni bi asa kunya foforo so for him the risk now will taking shut down your problem man. What do you think about this response as an artist?
Well common bi wa won obi dia that's where near sia ebia eni animu ya no ka kire wo bia ka probu no further ko bia obeka be bebra ka ho you say when I make us say first and foremost no I say we define who you are as an artist. Udin, what artist name considered a very, very important.
Okay.
Because Udin is the tone, the fro. Okay. And then we image. Say image when a debut name say ni image ni. Image nso ni enso tone. Ti ehia pa. Tina say you say no care for says omo ye phone we say phone we be friend say. Ni designing you know phone in this way. And to who no pair na attractive. A idea is a Saudi kind. Now comes to Wonech.
Okay.
A one was my question busa. Say, because the BR says, you will fear us to be a Mercedes car between my Utica engine because I wear a Mercedes. Where ye VW, where ye BMW, where ye Hyundai. Because on my armor, why you used to sound no in nature. But busa also as an artist no. A depend na ye relate to you too. E ho na asem no no. Enti be me say be an artist now can asem no. Be na or start ye no one consider say no ma we nyina. Enti o follow be the DJ bi catch no. Ana de obi catch no. Ana de na dwene ye no. Afre no hu say e ho no no be ontimi ntwere nwom no further be because na nye e ho no ye true calling and yet ana say nya de a e ho no na ho odin wo. Nti bia fe no hu se bia hip hop no e ho no obetimi atwere mo e ho na ho odin wo I find it be all defining the whole properly. And be honest, so be a fair day. Well, who know, Sadia, Yentimi Pentem. And judging and them.
Okay.
The training where baby obey Yakwa could do.
As the next one.
And because you see, I keep saying it, say a true a year, you never get stuck. Because me, saying my 100 years, 120 years, Chazam will be writing the songs just as we are hearing today. Because if you hear your that's I'm not here, and as today I'm still writing these songs. It's a zone, whereby my declare me, sorry, me woman age.
Right.
And that's where I grow better.
Okay.
Enti me fish me da museum.
Okay.
Me nasa so. So obi won so say apeteboa is esroboa be a consul or die so. And anytime you take somebody out of the environment bia no why stuck. Enti be a friend will realize say oba ha momo and obetimi aye. Now coming again. As I said, now you begin to write the songs now co-produce. That's another question. That is why they decided enyomono. Maybe call Europe na me who say is the record company or the executives that decides, because I'm normally a business. I'm a business minded people. As much as they think of you, no, and then social responsibility says so who contributed also to chrono GDP ni 1 year ni no almost music. That is why they will take about 20 songs or 15 songs. And then the social Michael Jackson maybe 12 songs, 13 songs, crania they are denom. Jenny Jackson called to me because say one more target audience be a human ye design to target them. It been a artist now can kind on nim crobia what onim says and hip hop now watch record a honey the honey day. But Abia many or no dear and can be I will write a song to capture that particular market, no.
A certain song.
Still
maintain the old one.
And still maintain the old one to maintain your old fans. Maybe 2 songs before your main fans, no.
Okay.
Then write another song. For example, so we teach Amoah here. But who say and you meet to say apostate any Tafusi, you know. It was a song I share the design and say be a mention policy, a festival be, an Santimemo, a festival be, an Ghana festival be, so a Uguay festival for your cultural festivals. These are songs are a cultural songs are traditional songs are yebo. So you have songs for that a particular kind of a festival, you know. The band Ghana some in the 80s. Let me say it do lunchtime. DJs ni nyanyum biamo, ballad biamo. Foreign music. So why are we not writing songs? That's what I wrote some middle where and a man may say now I'll begin to write ballads. Say by lunchtime, no, and I will be a brand of free Juma bar, no person relaxer, Obenya ballads, Ghana ballads about Uncle Fala and Richie Diemo.
Okay.
So I started writing ballads. Me and Kasana me a balladeer, by the way. Okay. I started writing ballads in Tree. Because I feel no more reggae on board and not to phone reggae. But then they were reggae, they were not ballads.
Okay.
So I started writing ballads for the Ghanaian, or those songs were targeted for those particular time movements, you know, any particular kind of audience. You know. So it be a numeral people relaxing, afraid you about bread and at lunchtime, you know, or the office or on penum giddy. Then you target those particular and as a local live show cry, artists nankasa will break cry, and so we have ballads bibo. Now you think of the live performance. Until you write songs be a local live performance now, and you be why it be a concert, it be a show. Local and original concert what the all night long has started. It will not get it all not over the well, my friends that time ask them, hey, Oberation will be dancing on the ceiling. You should have those kind of songs for those kind of women when you do live performances. Crowd on the bra, no. So that's how these songs are chosen for your recordings and for music productions. You know. Now after that, what you do and for have in mind in live concerts, some of these songs for live concerts, they all these kind of events. And son of another way, you're choosing you now maybe you tea bread, you butter bread, you're choosing one bread because me a bakery. Okay. And you must me appeal to a wider now when they bet me a baking pan on chef be the bit my in here. That's where the word producer comes in. Now it's not the executive. The producer is the liaison between the artist creativity and the marketplace.
Okay.
He like a footballer. The coach decides. Coach you're sacking the first.
Managers.
Some countries be used to manager, but only coaches no. Omna decided player win and even can they influence the executives to buy some certain players because all the information our Okobo. As a team started say on the first person exactly, but the Zaki players no. I remember years Ghana, but Ghana near Kobu players no park so. Aye. Coaches in no sanka. And on the be decide. Producer no on the be decide say nyomo no susuya monya nyomo na nkasa quality production quality elements ni na producer and decide
on the engineer nana
on engineer on the be choose studio cry be kwa record on the be choose engineer kro on the be choose instruments cry you say dey bo on the be choose musicians no bass player keyboardists trumpets horns on the be choose ni na no transfer producer no transfer and they say movie director on also na konya on the decide obia on the catch photographers no direct order phone like the team coach on the catch physio doctor no me prayer way Mr. me here for this match into money answer on the catch way say me here way o di no on the that total instruction that's the work of the producer when he speaks nobody speaks Tony be choose studio near in fact on a record company no say apawani e beto say ento say be dey he is the one they depend on in fact omo bank on him like security to the beat. EMI told me the guy who produced the song is called Bentley Brand. On I'm an alien, the club version, you know, and hot chocolates. And then in the 80s, if you Google him in the 80s, a lot of great songs. When he said he could do Shake Your Body to the Beat, Begit called me and said, Charles, now you have a contract. Because now we have somebody who can get you right in that day. And the studio, I can't just say, yeah, fly me, but I wouldn't have a word to say because he decides. And I'm saying, and the first thing that you do, so producer no on the bedside, engineer no. Then the producer will tell the cook, the chef cook no horn or say abunabunu kwa na me penny say where you kotoma asante for 2 kwasante memo abunabunu no ye be say but we no enam say pese ye koton wo borgantino enfa me kodudu ngum enfa nyado dudu ngum yenye say the same chef now for why abunabunu no say be see to sorry be see to be a ye kwa wa na borga e be see to wo mo the producer no say chef no that's the engineer no ne chef on the bay on so yin nyina o se bia me panyum mo drums no me pe drum sound no very soft ti say otie anyum be say me nyuma na najo drums ne really laid back drums ne real up front and hit you anim ti say we saba say me catch David say David I want the kick to hit your face I want it very drive it me say that boy British songs be anim drums no kick in the board do show anim it comes up front. I say David, I'm not getting it. So as the engineer, he would then EQ it. No, the EQ, no one to get it. That's the work of the studio engineers. But because some of the studio engineers are musicians, it made it easier because Peter Crick was a drummer, Bodo Steiger was a guitarist and a singer. So they knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay. And that's what it is. And to produce, with the help of the engineer, no, was be a bird sound, me pesa sound we say, me pesa sound we say. No, also well cue waya no nya. So that's the the producer no on the baby side we know. And until the producer is satisfied, you back recording you studio hosa. Nti se bia say studio session no cry be 3 weeks. Obe factor obe catch executive producer and say sikana ya boa no budget no ye radio because se bia e bet ma say e bet me na wotwe aka ho enti wo artist no say akwakoto nyomo no kai hu say woto na as a producer na satisfied tiase say obe sansa akobio makwaye dey ato kopim say producer na be satisfied on the be choose studio na be akoye mix mastering no e be mixing no ye engineers be ho a omo record but omo mix it
okay
ye engineers be ho a omo ye very good at mixing. Me be a assistant engineer na be a
what makes mixing that difficult? The
when I bet me I say work ubeyen kwan na wakodwuma kodi dwa e bia what tomatoes in sian wine jene wan afi wadi dwani nyina wie na afi na ba keka normal no abom even though what are the right ingredients no but so what can bom na so wan keka mu ya process no timi me ma me say for example de bia me ya me subsidy ka ma me no timi sisa enyadoa obo mba ye nkwan a odi nyadoa ne ho no odi yi ni no odi agum within the yi sisi ade ne no ye nkwan no what test na but the same process no fire no another or about for process and obi for the same process for boy we have nkwan
at the fufro
and the honor asem no mix you know honor you can ade ni nyina bom and you can make or unmake the whole thing obetimi ayi ni here na say ebe say ade ni nyina honor asem no one and you should have the ears to listen and then the target place baby yakobo nyum say a club say a party say one the mixing engineer should have that preconceived and should have prior discussion with the producer who will tell us that this is because Shake Your Body to the Beat was designed for the clubs.
Okay.
That groove was strictly for the clubs. Yeah. So, you're mixing it for sir, but Abia Somid of really laid back. And the engineer and the betia say, oh, we'll be on the office no here. So that's where one a problem no one mixing problem no. One. And then because the producer didn't baby or quacotan and no. So me target Brazil, I mean almost sound wise.
Okay.
The people that I'm going to compete with. And they also me pick a studio, producer me pick a studio, almost what that kind of instruments, you know. Because there was some certain instruments be obi.
Okay.
And then I can make a whole lot of difference. And that is why Bodo was capitalizing on the most of the Ghanaians because he had some certain equipment which wasn't in the studios in Ghana.
So that's more lives are.
Yeah, more lives are.
Okay.
Which he had, which some people didn't have. And then also having a tool is also knowing also how to manipulate it, how to use it. And to they be more breast with the they be no musuya there. So and now one more even microphones where they record will be voice. Say the person in the voice in the pick emphasize microphone with maybe AKG and I emphasize this particular microphone emphasize and record. Ningina and the engineer has a very wide idea, a technical know-how of how to record every instrument and everybody. And the producer also should have it.
Okay.
There be horns on the very sharp. I say very then the engineer will work at it and then get it right. Also, okay, I'm using this particular compressor, but the particular EQ, but we use this particular way say as to how I open on. Then that's how they work at it.
Okay.
And then we have what we call the mastering, like putting the ice on the cake. And also so me mess up because we make a frequency be that particular frequency it's a DJ ni bon yomo and I bon no party asia. We say honum bibi tom. To both now DJs now start pushy faders ni be bass mid frequency. Either EQs nibi because he feels something is missing.
Okay.
Because during the mastering, the mastering engineer might have cut off those particular frequency.
Okay.
But say or you're good or by checking in and working here. You be we a DJ, you be ha, and that's what to fear kwana abonma. What the tuswa? Unchimbe, unchimbibia na edaso. That and none of that professionalism and na sancrophone almost ya and omaya. But interestingly, engineers will Ghana have Mr. Kwachin one minute. No mutimiye. Uti Dr. KJC City life no one minute. They did it. Sawako to no one. They had that time. They had it all.
I don't know. Music production professionally, how many days do you need to get the job done from day one?
Well,
it
depends. First and foremost, it depends on category, the genre of music.
If everybody is available to make sure we get the job done. If everybody is available, how many days will it take you?
It depends on the character of the song.
Okay.
First, it depends on the character of the song. And Yumbi, Sawofa Yumbi is a Sichia life. You might not, and I would emphasize Koti Brafo. You might not be able to record a Koti Brafo in less than 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Because first and foremost, you're doing live drums. Live drums, no, I see a fixing here tuning.
Okay.
And at the time, my engineer and the producer, the best satisfied, no, you started recording, no.
Okay.
And you also tuning your live drums, no recorder too. Then we will do the bass sound. Then the one whining you might say, oh, this particular you may be able to take me 2 or 3 days and now 1 week.
Okay.
But over starting you number we don't say be I know so the days ni be a day. Account. Me for example, it takes me about 6 months or to complete an album. And I say a year.
An album.
Yes, an album.
About 4 or 5 songs.
No, about 10, 12 songs.
Okay. So it's the album, this is single now.
Okay. If the singular, maybe say me in particular, for example, like Saban, if I have to work on Saban, it takes me about 2 weeks to 3 weeks.
Okay. To be satisfied.
To be satisfied. So okay, what we have, just the basics. Just the basics. It takes me about 3 days to work on the vocals.
Okay.
The backing vocals might take me a day or 2 days. Then the lead vocals might take me 2 or 3 or 4 days. Sometimes we met my 2 week after a week. Because here, there be Hamantuni or some cotton for. But met me who say, if you make complete Saba, maybe I made a month, and 3 weeks be complete.
Okay.
But the same Sunday days, it depends on the nature of the song, the equipment available in the studio, the punctuality of the musician said they okay, and then because sometimes we'll be able to cry mood into Mrs. Studio, but they affect you. And then what I would call also ego. Some people bring their egos always in the recording studio and then mess the whole thing up. And team of production in Aceh, and they will come and argue and all that. So these are things that safe. But like I said, no, it depends on the song, it depends on the producer, it depends on the artist. Say to the satisfaction of the producer. And okay, say may you satisfied there. Then that is. But Abrafo use more time saying so I think also it has to do with the budget. One more huge budget
to Chakrana.
And because you see and from the very beginning onimsa I didn't obeton 20 30 40 years ago Crobaton because Patila Bell knew 2 year Nelly any usually so that song I'm making once. But particular band sang the song way back in the 70s. Now that song, you see how Nelly and that's how they think. That's how they think. They almost spend a lot of time, energies. They listen. They record as if it's their last. Anytime they hit the studio, it's like it's their last performance, and have that in mind. Like say, win your opportunity to record again. And then they have something what they call the whole, because your budget you say, and you want to record inside your budget house number baho. It's a video I be shoot to artists never caught tour from radio station to one radio station, and they're gonna over 400 something boy. Yeah. Until call region be now yet 2 interviews so be by that we did by the hotel. The record label never factor all that bills. Now video bills. It be shoot to first video, second video. In terms of other stuff live gigs small clubs start to and some of the gigs and that's what most of our Ghanaian artists cry. They don't even understand that. Say so more big gigs be about the first 10 20 30 40 gigs or more free but musicians na go back no anyone one we betu on tiase onim se bia after that no and afi na be page na amenya
more gigs paid gigs
paid gigs until on tiase sir your promotional gigs ni nyina as a musician record company factor all that in and coming back to answer you know what Abrafo no more times and they buy actually production I call it say the budget NATO. You see, that's what Bodo Steiger was charging them a lot of money. No money because you use more time to a brand and a song brand no jai. No resting. And the idea Ghana engineer be we somebody 1 week or only 3 weeks na pay him.
Okay.
And to charge you 3 weeks. That is why his production sounds good to Ghanaians. Because he bought the time and he will charge you more. And no that time until stressing or bra no koda no samba and he can do and want to be a make and you back but my mixing be about 10-15 times no train after 3 days a week later no obegon say be a some mix we say was better we mix was better we na cake ni was we na be a bass drum no was sorry be a we na vocals no from kakra engineer pick it no then they choose the best but Ghana had the okojina wa masa what makes it ya masa ya ntema me na you looking at the clock zongoshi so these are things that I will say you consider a factor all that in. Inti a Honda budget ni na so budget for entire production cost, ne mastering cost, ne promotion cost, ne everything. And then comes to what kind of format you na so. Say you call digital platform so. Okay. Any cost there, digital platform that's what I upload to me. That's fine. But then to set vinyl, you try record it there. There's a cost incur. A uniform from a mastering plate, for vinyl. No, they say AB Cranes in you may, it's on France, one much on vinyl. Shake a body to the beat, much on vinyl. See, I mean, say vinyl is back. I will the vinyl is back. Because people can afford to buy gramophone power one in here, and no money so there's be available. And it's back. And actually, it has the best quality, the best sound. Best than CD in cassettes. And now, what's going to say? Also, say vinyl sound back. You should think, say, Tidachi be a cassette beba back and CDs beba back and as a format you beba back and pen drive be beba back and one because technology is not be here. And any format we will work at it, we will use it. And so we have concept now this a canning now. And then factor in the mechanical royalty. Say composer and be over say ebia wo genyuma ebia makwame mensa but ebia amachi de na train na mano into beka say me composer royalty no sense na metua mechanical royalty no and yourself factor sa no money nyina and then the artist na nkasa so royalty scale be nyabim every artist from the very onset you do boko studio bia na beko studio no e sa no ma make nyina o consider nyina say bia opo ha won hama yes start adwani animu Okonya the record at say your ton record $10 ewo record shop no calculate producer executive so you try bia 10,000 copies oh sometimes now do see can calculate 10,000 no we see bia you see bia amount 7% and whatever percentage 3% or whatever 7 no calculate we if you say 10% and only say a retail price a workshop. But record company na ankasa the Eddie adena opeja adena be $4.
Yeah.
I don't know $4 or them distributor, first main distributor no. $4. Now this main distributor no so there will be $6.
So wholesale and
I know be so the free Accra Kumasi no also the transportation ato so.
Petty traders so.
Petty traders so. They bedu bolga bedu bokono. Now if I didn't be at $12 cra. They be near ton Kumasi $10 now on TS but bolga there 12. So who say Ubia deny to but record label na kasa dia apaya den bia $4 ni muna sa studio cost I kaya yakeke nyina e free ba. So the record label might then decide to take a bigger chunk of the
yeah.
And then asan obetu your producer no be so yentu an outright.
Okay,
that's fine, but the star producer might take percentage.
Okay,
a star producer because they be me pay outright but me pay percentage on the $4.
Yeah.
TPO because they be 3%, 4.5%, 7%. And the only 3% of 7.5%, it's just $4 in him. Now record company so ne cowboy in ashim. And some of the artist royalty na babishim. The artist ne be nya beginning from 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%. E be kwa kokra bia 10%. Be a star artist they be 14%.
Now, maybe I do know. You have to break. Ka 5 minutes near time or so. At this point,
and the emphasis is just break up. Then the attitude in recording session.
So at this point, you have pause it for another time.
Good.
So another time, we'll start with say artists now are corner be a Hammer Records whatever. I mean, must sign on. You can't wait in our boom. You man, you start here. Or can't be 100,000 Ghana. It's 100,000 Ghana is never boss. I can't know. How am I going to get the money back? It's what you should know, say. A cousin now, moving forward. I didn't friend the whole. It's like your book, it is a whole, no. And then a be a Toma. No more misbehavior. No management in your problem. No. But what did you say? Say that I can't bet Obu because make 50% and some was at enjoy royalties. Obu because you bet taking and some was at enjoy royalties. To moving forward, no. And don't forget this an information a tip of Yeah, planet CBS seminars.
That's right.
We'll do some rap battles.
That's right.
And shortlist them.
Yeah.
For production.
That's right.
It's in France. Me producer, why back be bar for bar. Bar for bar, right?
Yeah.
Bar for bar. I'm gonna have rap it. But no more 2 years now. But muska.
Producing.
It's yeah, per se first our project at the Caulfield. Through the concept now was okay. Why don't we do an event? Let's go on like a co-location be your registration. Rap battle and shortlist to be 10. 10 you don't cost to your record your more 100 you choose to be 5.
That's right.
We record them.
That's
shoot
right.
a video.
That's right.
And move.
That's right.
Them.
That's
and
right.
Drew her. Also, you don't come.
And to be more professionally done. That's
exactly.
They were
documentation
more and documentation. The same way we put all that in proper perspective and proper document. I don't know.
And just say HammerTime in collaboration with Charles Samuel Records.
That's right. Cage Records.
Featuring.
That's right.
Kosi Boy and Co.
Yes.
Okay, Charles, but that's if you say I join.
Oh, basically that's it. Be some with about some academy. I say why I chose you. Some academy. What can be brother? Because I said me too. But why I chose you?
That's it.
I hope I may be born parents say union so I can obia so any bebre. Na womafa kwano wo fa so nibino. Because you see, to preserve what we have, that's what Americans and Germans have done. As we speak today, artists no manya over 81 years. About bigger shows no wouldn't say about rock bands no about shows in the world. They said Barcelona name Madrid about finals no 75,000 capacity of a about shows now. For Collins in Kwa alone, I feel Wembley donor. Can you imagine?
Yeah, a lot of money.
And yeah, to JJ Munyas and then Chairman, I'm almost struggle. As I say, if you be between the Amoah, Peja, uplift to them, but proper not to mislead them, but do the right things. Because most of the time, sometimes more organizers are shows in area for most artists, the intending can be a wooly view. You won't see